Welcome to the Sweat Sanctum podcast, where we talk fitness of the mind, body, and soul. Now here's your host, Coach Tom.
What's up, y'all? Coach Tom and Coda back here with another episode of the Sweat Sanctum Fitness Podcast. We got a gloomy day. I hope you can see me if you're watching the video. I need to get a backlight going on, but whatever. It is what it is. We got a Christmas tree lit, so I hope that's not flushing me out too much. But the spirit is here, the holidays are here, and it's time for a little gym fitness myth busting, a little bro science busting, a little me ranting about one of the things in fitness that I hate to hear the most. And Coda's not just my co-host today. I got Tango the bear on my shirt. So if you can see the shirt, it says only you can prevent dad bod. Look, if you're thinking there's a pause or there's something wrong with the audio, because I took a pause there, I'm staring the camera in, stone face, stone cold. Dad bod is not in. Dad bod is out. It is out. It is not. That bod is in. Oh man, it's pouring out here in Central Florida. I think I made it rain with my rant, but we didn't even start the rant. But that bod is not in, y'all. That bod is out. Healthy bod is in. You don't need to rip six-pack abs, but healthy bod is in, and you know it's good to be healthy. We have a virus that's tearing up the world, and I hate to say it, but those of us that aren't healthy are more likely to suffer from more serious conditions and possibly death from the coronavirus. So healthy is in, all right? Only you can prevent dad bod. You know, I don't know how dad bod became a thing and how that became popular. I think that was just, I think some dudes came up with that themselves and like try to get it going on the internet and roll with it. And it actually took off. People were like, you know, this sounds good. But it sounds like a goddamn excuse to me. So today's rant goes to one of the things I hear in the gym, and I hear nutritionists and personal trainers and all sorts of people talking about that I can't stand. It drives me absolutely up the wall, and it is abs are built in the kitchen. That is bullshit. So abs are not built in the kitchen. And you're probably saying, oh, that's crazy, you can't eat what you want and then have abs. Oh my God, it's just impossible. Abs are totally built in the kitchen. Listen up. Abs are not built in the kitchen. They're built in the gym. They're built by working out, and just like every other muscle group, they are built with repetition and by training them and by hypertrophy. They're not built in a kitchen. I mean, I've never heard crazier shit that abs are built in the kitchen, because when I'm making a lasagna, I don't feel my abs working unless I'm like coughing because I burned the oil or something, or I'm burning the meat while I'm cooking it. Like, I've never felt my abs work in the kitchen, so abs are not built in the kitchen. The deal is, abs are built in the gym. Abs are uncovered in the kitchen. Abs are unleashed in the kitchen. Abs are unveiled in the kitchen. What you do in the kitchen will determine how your abdominals look. But your abdominal muscles are built way before that. Okay? So you just focusing in the kitchen, and this is a mistake I have made. I have got into the bullshit before. Trust me. The reason I'm coming at you with this is because I bought into the bullshit. Somebody told me abs are built in the kitchen, and I focused on my diet, and I cut, and I trained heavy on my chest, I trained heavy on my arms, I trained heavy on my back, trained heavy on my legs. And the last thing I did, I didn't never work. I'd leave maybe a set or two to do crunches or sit-ups or some phony balonies. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, as just a little burnout move. I didn't do much on the abdominals. And when I dieted down, I got real skinny, and I had a real tiny waist, and I was flat here, and it was skinny, but there wasn't any freaking muscle there. And that's because I never spent time on building abs in the gym. I focused so much on building abs in the kitchen, which doesn't happen. You lose fat by what you do in the kitchen. You lose fat with cardio. And when you diet down, if you did not build the abs properly in the gym, you are going to be in for severe disappointment. If you're working towards a six-pack and you're just focusing on what you're doing over there, you're not going to like what you see over here once that diet comes. You might feel good, hey, I'm skinny, but if you want a 6-pack abs, you want an 8-pack abs, even better. You want ripped obliques, you want, everything shredded up and looking fantastic. You need to start training your abs as well. Now, I know you can't out-train a bad diet, but you have to focus on building the muscle there. And you can't spot train that fat away. There's two completely separate sides of this spectrum. If I go in and I do 1,000 sit-ups every day, and I go and eat Domino's and McDonald's, Domino's and McDonald's is good food. Not really healthy, but it's good food. And I go and eat that every day, I'm not going to see abs. No matter how many sit-ups I do, I'm never going to see them. Now, they'll probably be there. They'll be under there. They'll be strong. I'll have strong core strength, but ain't going to be nothing to be there. And then the opposite. I can eat grilled chicken, broccoli, brown rice every day, measured out completely. And by the time I lose all that fat, that visceral fat above my abdominal muscle, there's not going to be much abdominal muscle to show off there. I'm just going to be very top heavy, and then it'll be like nothing there. It's going to be like just some paper thin skin, and it'll look okay, but it's not going to look like damn yellow brick road. And I mean, I'm triggering this because I pulled up a picture of myself on Instagram memories the other day, and I was doing a snatch in the photo, and I had no shirt on. There's a little boxing room at the gym that I go to. It's got 2 heavy bags, but nobody ever really uses it. So I go in there, and it's the AC in there sucks. I love it. So it gets really hot in there. So if you're doing like some kind of like HIIT work, explosive plyo work, and you want to mix in a little heavy, it's great. Nobody's in there. Nobody bothers you. Take the shirt off, and you can really get moving and grooving. And when I get moving and grooving in there, I get a good sweat going on. So I remember 3 years ago, I'm busting out the snatch, and the picture came up my Instagram memories, and I'm like, Jesus, good Lord, baby Jesus, I had like a brick road going down my abs, man. I had bricks the size of my fist for abs, and my diet was really on point then. But looking back, like I think last summer or 2 summers ago, after that, I kind of laid off the ab training. And when I dieted down, I was just like, man, I'm skinny. I got big arms, I got big chest, got big back, but ain't much to see here. Like, I'm lean, but this is not really the look that I'm really going for, the look I'm trying to accomplish. So I kind of have to reassess my training plan. So looking at abs, there's plenty of ways to train them, but I mean, I'll give you my top five to mix in and do with it what you will. But I mean, these are staples. A lot of people say you can't train abs every day, but I'm a firm believer that if you train abs right, you can hit them every day without overtraining them, because the abs are made up of various different abdominal muscle groups. So you can hit different ones every single day and kind of get a little different burn. So my top favorites, we're gonna go from number 1 down. And I start with this one, and this one I think everybody should focus on is going to be a straight leg raise, usually a hanging bar straight leg raise where you're hanging from a pull-up bar and you're just raising those legs straight up. A lot of people, when they train abs, they focus on the upper abdominals, the crunching motion, and that those bottom abs really take a back seat. They don't get enough training, and you see people with good blocky abs, but they lack that V structure. They lack that V look, which, I mean, I'm a 35-year-old dude. I'm married, but I got a feeling my wife loves that V structure. I think that's probably one of my best features that I have is that V. So I do a lot of lower abdominal training, and that straight leg raises, knee raises. And when your abs get to a certain level, you've got to mix in some weights there. It's simple as putting a 10, 15, 20 pound weight between your feet and raising it up with you. If you want to get a little more advanced, you go online, you can buy a pair of ankle weights, hang them there, and I mean, that's going to really help chisel up those lower abs. Another one my number 2, that I think is just amazing for building really brick type abs and really brick just phenomenal abs is going to be a Turkish get up or Turkish half get up. I mean, you get a kettlebell abs, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's, everybody focuses on high rep, but that muscle group really can handle some strength. It's designed to hold up your spine, keep you upright. And when you're doing a Turkish get up with a Turkish half get up with a heavy weight, you're going to really get some serious strength going on there, and those abs are going to build up, and and just look phenomenal. You'll get the cuts in the side because of the rotational. You're also going to build up shoulder stability, shoulder mobility, and it's just overall, I mean, bang for your buck type of move. You're not just hitting the abs, you're hitting a lot of stuff, but those abs are going to get a killer workout. Number three, my number three has got to be a weighted crunch. You know, again, a lot of people kill for the reps, and I just feel like reps don't really build up those blocky, you know, brick city abs like they get a rap for. Everybody thinks they're phenomenal, and you see people doing 100 crunches, and I'm just like, bro, your abs suck. Like, I seen you take your shirt off in the locker room. I don't mean to look like a creep, but you did 100 crunches, then you took your shirt off. I don't really see any results. You need to put a weight on there, weighted cable crunches, you know, putting the cable behind your neck, really focusing on driving those shoulders in towards the knees is really gonna, you know, and that's very easy to scale. Where, you know, if you could do 50, try 60 and up the weight or change the rep range. And then you can throw in a little rotational work. Rotational work is gonna be fantastic, and it's really gonna help block it up. So really focus on getting some heavy crunches in the mix. And number four, it's a love it, hate it relationship I have. It's the plank. You know, it's great for the rectus abdominals, and the thing is, a lot of you are doing planks wrong. And I want you to think, if your worst enemy has now grown to twice your size, and he is going to punch you, he or she is going to punch you in the stomach as hard as possible. Next time you do a plank, brace that hard with those abdominals. Suck them in, pull them in, feel them work, tense them up. And if you can still hold that plank for a minute, 2 minutes, anything over 2 minutes, I don't think you're truly holding a plank. I think you're just in a really awkward position. Your abs aren't tensed up like they should be. And I think you should watch a video on how to properly engage the core muscles on the plank. There's plenty of them. I'll share some in the show notes. Maybe I'll like to bust one out later on today when Kim gets home. I'll see if she's got time to film. But focus on that plank. Scale the plank. If you can hit 2 minutes clean and you think you're at a really 2 minute clean, throw a 45-pound plate on your back and then try holding that for 30 seconds, because that's just going to make those abs work even harder. I've gotten to the point, you know, I'm not a huge fan, and hate me all you want. I'm a people person, but I'm not a fan of working out with people. They slow me down. They don't move at my pace, and I give myself an hour to get the job done, and then I call it a day. So me, like, just working out with somebody, but where that comes from is I used to hold 3 plates on my back for 30 to 60 seconds, and I want to start getting back into that, building that ab strength, because that's when I had the best abs I ever had. They were sucked in and just tight as hell, and that was awesome. And, you know, throw a plate on your back. You can throw a dumbbell if you're doing side planks. Mix it in, you know, but don't look to challenge it with time. You look to challenge it with the tension. Add a weight into the mix, and I promise you'll thank me the next day. Number 5, I'm really, you know, and this is one I've slacked on, it's any type of rotational strength, a wood chopper, a seated torso rotation, anything, you know, Russian twist, anything that's going to build up that rotational strength, because that's one of the things a lot of people don't focus on, and a lot of people get injured from it. You'll build ab muscle there, but really you're going to help bulletproof your body more. And I mean, that should move it to number 1 automatically, but today's focus is on building up brick city blocky abs. So I kind of put it on the back burner, but really rotational strength is going to help bulletproof you from injuries. And I think it's something that a lot of people just don't focus on, and really could use a lot of more focus. It could use a lot more focus, and your obliques are going to thank you as well. So if you don't just want that 6-pack yellow brick road going down the center, and you want some goods on the side, they're going to thank you from doing those rotational moves. Russian twists, wood choppers, you know, oblique twists, anything like that. They're gonna really just thank you for that. So those are my top 5. I really recommend mixing them in and really focusing on building ab strength. A lot of you are going to go into 2021. We talked about this in the last podcast. A lot of you are going to go into 2021 with new goals, you know, to lose weight. Don't lose sight of your training. And, you know, this is why I'm kind of changing my own personal product, where I was offering nutrition and fitness coaching. I'm no longer going to be offering that anymore. You want the whole package or nothing. Like, look, I need to, I want control of what you're doing in the gym. I want control of what, so any of my older clients, don't freak out. I'm not going to do anything to your programs. I'm going to keep you as is, but any new clients I take on going into 2021 are going to be fitness and nutrition, one bundle, because I want to make sure we're covering everything here in the gym and covering everything there in the kitchen, because that's where results are found. It's that that perfect mix, that perfect bond between the two is really going to get you what you're going to look for, and that'll kind of bring us into next week's podcast, where I plan on talking a little bit about aesthetics. So don't forget to tune in next week. Coda and I, we for now are out. I got to run to the store before it starts raining again. Somebody needs some dog food, and I think he's going to get a treat while we're there, so I think I'll bring him. We'll get him something good. And that's it about for now. Remember, abs are not built in the kitchen. They are unveiled in the kitchen. They are built in the gym. They are built by the work you put in, just like every other muscle group. So put in the work. You'll thank me later. And if you want to thank me now, go into iTunes, leave a review, preferably 5 stars. But if you're not feeling me, I'll accept 4. Leave your address so I can come and find you. I'm just kidding. And don't forget, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you like my page on Facebook, Thomas Stokes Fitness and Nutrition Coaching. We love you all, and let's lead happy and healthy lives into 2021 and get some positive into this world. Stay well.